HBCU Game Day, and today we have a special guest with us. I'm joined first by Symone Stanley, the First Lady of HBCU Game Day. And we're also joined by Isaiah Land, straight off the plane from the Reese's Senior Bowl. Isaiah, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we were very excited watching the game yesterday, to see you and Aubrey Miller just represent from HBCUs. It was just amazing to watch. Just talk about your experience at the Senior Bowl.
Well, at first, from the first meeting, me and Aubrey had seen each other when we first walked in for the first meal of the day. So I had went and sat with him and stuff like that. We making jokes about JSU, FAMU games, stuff like that. But we had connected quickly because he act out of most of the guys there, we kind of related the most. We got the same sense of humor. We all we messed the same way because we come from the same kind of background. And really meeting him, I had a whole different perspective of how he was gonna be before I met him. And then when I met him, it was like I could see him being on my football team. He was cool. He had that dog in him. He was just, you could tell he was just cut from a different cloth. This how we are.
Well, Isaiah, just with all the scouts there, with all of the professionals, they're giving you full attention. How do you feel you performed this weekend?
I feel like I did what I needed to do. The first day I came in, I had that one-on-one pass rush, and I didn't win my rep. And, I had to adjust because, I'm not the type to beat myself up if I lose a rep. But it was, a thing where, I noticed at the beginning of the week, we'll be going from drill to drill, and we only got a couple minutes at each drill, and, everybody was, kind of jumping at the front, and I was, in the back of the group. So, I was only getting one rep, whereas most people was getting two. So I noticed the second day I came out there, I kind of turned it up a notch. I came jumping at the front of every line. I got my 2-3 reps in every time. And it was I just kind of adapted quick. So it was the first day I felt it was I was just kind of knocking the rust off, just adjusting to the whole playing against the top players in the country. I feel but the coach said I had a solid day. And then the next day, I just came in. I had an even better day. We had team period. I had got a couple of sacks, but you can't really touch the quarterback in practice. So I kind of ran by him, but just a practice sacks. And I had just basically just stacking the days. And then the third day of the week, some linebackers had went down. And right before practice, I'm on the bus on the way to practice. And before the bus pulled off, the defensive coordinator for our team called me and was come get on the coach's bus because we got to teach you inside linebacker because we got some linebackers that's not practicing today. So I was okay. I came in there with the linebacker coach and I literally learned the plays on the way to practice. And I had a good practice that day. Me and Aubrey at middle linebacker. I had a good practice. Aubrey helped me get set, knowing where my alignment was at, stuff like that. But I feel like I had a pretty solid day at linebacker. The coach said I did good, So it just felt good being able to play at both positions at linebacker. At first, I was an edge linebacker. Then I went to inside linebacker, and it was a whole different world. But I did good in the inside run period, stuff like that. And then going into the game, I just was I was just ready to do whatever they wanted me to, special teams, inside linebacker, pass rush, anything. So, at the beginning of the game, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little impatient because there wasn't many third and long situations for our team. So that was my only chance to really go to DN. And the only time I was gonna be able to go to DN is if I wasn't in that linebacker. So when I was rotating series with the other guy, it was okay, when you down, come with the D line and we're gonna try to get you in on third down. But we never got those third and long situations unless I was in that inside linebacker. So then I just knew when I got my chance off that edge, I gotta go get one. So I had got literally one rep, one pass rush off the edge, and I went and made the best of it, got me a sack. So that kind of made my day, made my whole week. So I didn't one-on-one pass rush. I didn't really beat nobody straight up one-on-one, but when we got the team where it counted, I got my sack. So all week I was telling the scouts, I want to just be able to, I want to be the type of linebacker to just help anywhere I can, special teams, inside, outside. And I feel like I showed that. So I feel like I kind of put my money where my mouth is,
So did you have a specific skill that you were focused on showing off to the scouts?
I know they all wanted to see me like pass rush and stuff like that. So like I know I wanted to get a sack or two in the game, but I really just wanted to show that I could just play with the big dogs and just show that I could play, inside linebacker, outside linebacker. Cause I look up to Michael Parsons a lot. He's like one of those guys. He could play defensive end. He came in the league as an inside linebacker, but on 3rd and long, they put him on the edge because he could pass rush, and it's like that adds value to you as a player because if they need him at inside linebacker, he could go set the front as an inside linebacker, helping the run game, and then when they need him on 3rd down, he could go get on the edge. So I just wanted to show that I could like be that type of player, and it kind of worked out in my favor playing inside linebacker all game.
Isaiah, was it kind of a surreal moment for you this weekend? About almost a year ago today, you went in the transfer portal because you were afraid that you wouldn't be able to make an impact like you did this past weekend. Was it a surreal moment to be like, you know what? I can get here from FAMU. I'm here from FAMU. I'm going to show. And I'm setting an example for other people. Aubrey and I are setting an example for other people. Absolutely, yes, you can get here from an HBCU.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy. I'm grateful that I stayed because like I feel like it holds a lot more weight. Like I remember the first day we had like a little parade, and we all had to put on our school jerseys. And people used to see in Alabama, Oklahoma, stuff like that at these All-Star games. But like when they see me in Aubrey's jersey, they kind of like double look, like, hold on, that's FAMU in here. Like you got FAMU in here, Jackson State in here. So like they kind of make the little swag song they made for Dion. Like everybody was singing the little
Who is swag?
Yeah, I'm swag song. Everybody was and it felt good just like putting on because like I know like. When people line up against me, I feel like I'm one of those people in my head. I'm thinking, he probably think he's gonna lock me up because I got this FAMU stuff on, So like it just felt good, just putting on a show and really putting on a good performance, not just keeping up, but like actually like excelling and like at my position, and just it felt good to get the recognition from the coaches and the players. Like when I got my sack, a whole team was happy for me on the sidelines because they know. That's the scouts wanted to see from me. They wanted to see me play against those type of players. So like the D linemen and defensive players, like they all knew that it was like a big moment for me to get that sack. So and then missing the UNC game, I never got to really like test my abilities out after I won the Buck Buchanan. Like I never got to test my abilities against like FBS opponents. So I feel like that ACC game against UNC was like going to be the game for me, but. I made up for it, this whole week, and I'm just grateful for it.
That Who Is Swag song. I'm glad I'm not the only one who has that song in their head because
it
was so catchy.
Yeah, they was all singing that song.
So Did you, looking at the draft from last year, because the year before there were no HBCU players taken, and then in this past draft, the 2022 draft, we have several guys taken from HBCUs and not only taken, but making impacts in the league. You have Jacoby Durant, who won the Rams Rookie of the Year. You have James Houston, who was breaking records. You have Marquise Bell, who was able to get in for the Dallas Cowboys. You have Joshua Williams coming out of Fayetteville State, who's going to be playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday. Do you draw inspiration from those guys?
Yeah, for sure. Like watching James Houston this year, it was like even when I lost my rep in my first pass rush one-on-one, I wasn't even fazed by it because James Houston, when he first got in the league, they didn't even see him as like a role guy for them off the edge as a pass rusher, And like they when they called his name, he was ready. He came and led and caught up to everybody midway through the season. So like I wasn't rushing my success. I wasn't thinking like, oh, if I lose my reps this week, then it's gonna be over for me. So every time I lost a rep, I just think of James Houston. Like James Houston took the long road. He just kept his head down and kept working. He never gave up, and he ended up catching first-round draft picks in the number of his sacks, and he only played half the season. So like he really inspired me this year, watching him play and watching him like get in the game and getting like multiple sacks in the game and like just like really dominating off that edge. So like he really inspired me this year.
Well, how often have you and Marquise talked? I know you all were very close, and I know he on his off week he came back to the FAMU game on the sideline and that sort of thing. How have you and Marquise kept in touch?
I keep tabs on Marquise a lot, but the last time I talked to him was a couple weeks ago. The main dude I really talked to though was Southern. Tari Carter from Southern. He after I played him, I like to talk to guys who play like in my kind of field. So like I like to talk to those guys in the trenches. Like I know Bell doing his thing, but he plays safety. I can't really ask him what's going on about what I got going on because we play a whole different world of football. So me and Tari Carter talk almost every day. Me and Bell talk every once in a while, but me and Tari Carter, we talk a lot because he knows what they looking for from us in the trenches and stuff like that. And like I remember, like when I played him, he had 0 sacks with him his whole year, his whole college career. And I told him the whole game, I'm gonna get a sack on you. I was trying to break his little record or whatever, and get a sack on him. But I told we became close after that game, and we were talking trash to each other or whatever. But like ever since that game, we became close friends, and like we talk to each other every day. He give me advice and just tell me what they expect and stuff like that. Because he was at the Senior Bowl last year. He was telling me what they expect and stuff like that, and like he really helped me a lot throughout this process.
He told you to jump in front of every line.
Oh yeah. He I didn't know that they're like people. Like coaches say, coaches be like, come on, y'all make a single file line. Everybody gonna get a rep. The next thing you know, the whistle blow. We gotta go to the next period. So I'm like, okay. So the next day, I come out there jumping. I'm running to the beginning of the line. Like I'm standing almost in front of the line. And then I'll back up from the front of the line and back up on everybody so they know, okay, he got the first rep. So like I was just adapting quick and just learning from the day before. And like one thing I really learned from the NFL coaches, they was like, they don't care if you make mistakes. It's just about not making the same mistakes, and you just gotta learn how to make new mistakes the next day. Like if you make this mistake, you gotta fix that mistake, and then find something new to learn from the next day, and just keep building and keep stacking good days on. So I wasn't really worried about making mistakes. I was just focused on learning from my mistakes the whole week.
Well, Isaiah, now you're back in South Florida, which a lot of people do to get prepared for the combine. Is that your next step, the combine, or you got another game coming up, or you just focusing on getting ready to be the best Isaiah Land you can for the NFL combine?
Yeah, I'm just focused on getting ready for the combine right now. The scouts was impressed with me being able to put on a good amount of weight after the season. Only a month after I left college, I had put on a good 7 pounds. Well, for them to see, they kind of caught me lacking on the scale. Got me right off the plane without eating nothing. But yeah, they was impressed with the weight, even though I wasn't impressed with it because I had got to 230 like a couple of days before that. But they was impressed with my weight, and they just impressed with my progression. So I'm just focused on putting on a little bit more weight, running a good time in the combine, and then I'm train some more, and then try to show them some more stuff in pro day. And then that's when I'm going to focus on, what's next to me.
So you talked about Micah Parsons. Is there anybody else that you like to draw inspiration and take pieces of their game from?
I really look up to Shaq Leonard from South Carolina State because, like, he's just a dominant player. And, like, ever since they told me I'm going to play inside linebacker, like, I just want to start looking at his film and, like, looking at how he plays and stuff like that because we got a similar frame. Even though I'm gonna probably be heavier than him because I have to play off that edge. He was like a 217, 220 dude, like my height, in the inside linebacker dominating. So like I was like looking at his film and stuff like that, and he's a HBCU dude. He had to make that same transition that I did from going, FCS ball to big time football. So I kind of look up to those type of guys. I look at Leonard Floyd a lot. But those are my top 3 right there. Micah Parsons, Shaq Leonard, and Leonard Floyd.
Well, Isaiah, at HBCU game day, just as we do for all of our players, I'm normally neutral. I don't have on.
But you are completely not neutral
games. Today. On the games, I wear gray. I don't know if anybody knows that I wear gray. But today I am full Rattler. I got my Rattler behind me. He's on this side over here. We got to represent for the Rattlers. We're very proud of you. And we wish you much success from the HBCU realm. You have made us all proud, and we want you to continue to make us proud. Stay healthy, work hard, and get ready to show out at Pro Day and show out at the Combine.
Thank you. I will.